All right, guys, I think we can start. Are you able to see the feed that I've shared? Can someone confirm? William Champa.
Yeah, yes, I can see the screen we're sharing.
All right, amazing, amazing. All right, guys. So in today's session, we have actually continued our research sessions. So in today's session, we're going to look at the types of research and how to write a research proposal. Okay. So yesterday we looked at the sources of knowledge in research. We also looked at the 4 philosophical worldviews of research. We also differentiated between, research methodology and, research methods and everything. So today we'll specifically look at the types of research and research proposal writing. Okay. So we have numerous types of research. Okay. So these fall into categories. I beg your pardon. So we have those that fall in the application section, objective section, and inquiry mode. So those that fall in the application section are pure research and applied research. Then the objective section, we have descriptive research, exploratory research, correlational research, explanatory research. Then inquiry mode, you have quantitative and qualitative research. Okay. So just to delve into them before we go into proposal writing, I'll just run through them quickly. Then your spare time, I'll surely share the notes, and you guys are gonna have time to go through everything. So basic research firstly tends to expand on fundamental knowledge. Sometimes it is called academic research or pure research. So the research states what social phenomena, is. You research about it, then you describe, the way it is. So what basic research does is it looks at, real situations, okay? And when it looks at real situations, it tries to explain those situations as they are, okay? So after researching on that, you're going to describe what that is, and then in the end, you're going to explain and interpret, okay? So for this one, it is used to support or reject theories by explaining social relationships. So you discover that a lot of writers and a lot of researchers have actually written a lot of papers on different subjects, okay? And what basic research does is that, when this data is obtained from the field, analyzed, and kindly mute your microphone, the one who's just joined us. Okay, used to support or reject theories. So when you bring up those, okay, findings, you're going to use them to either reject the theories that exist or those theories that have been formulated by different researchers or scholars. Okay, so through that, you'll be able to explain social relationships that exist on the variables that have been presented. Okay, just a moment. Emma. Okay, so basic research makes use of exploratory research, descriptive, and explanatory research. Okay, exploratory, you explore. Descriptive, you describe what is in the field, or you explain, okay? So it is generally applied to exploratory research. Then the second one is applied research. So from basic research, you go to applied research. So applied research aims at finding a solution for an immediate problem facing a society, okay? So this one looks at problems, okay, that are right there in the society, immediate problems. For example, this time we're actually being faced by, we're actually facing the coronavirus, the COVID-19. Okay, so what kind of a research are medical practitioners or other scholars or researchers going to delve in, or what are they going to be involved in? Okay, they're going to be involved in applied research because this is an immediate problem that requires immediate answers, okay? When they go in the field, or maybe they explore using different methods, they they come up with, different findings and everything. They're going to use those findings in the end, to come up with whatever that they want. If they want to make maybe some kind of medicine or what, yeah. So they're going to use that. So applied research basically will be used to address immediate problems. John, I mean, first we can- yeah. Then the third one is descriptive research, which includes surveys and fact-finding inquiries of different kinds. So the major purpose of descriptive research is description of the state of affairs as it exists at present. Okay, so maybe you guys have come across different research papers that just describe situations. For example, maybe if the president is on a campaign, okay, and then during that campaign, there arises some wrangles. People start fighting, okay? Maybe they even try to assault the president. So now, what is going to happen there? Okay, they're now going to involve different people that were there, journalists, those that are into journalism research. They're going to offer some kind of descriptive research. What happened? So they're going to present stuff as it happened. Okay, so it is going to describe the state of affairs at that particular moment and what transpired. Okay, that is descriptive research. The decision-oriented research is always for the need of a decision maker, and the researcher, in this case, is not free to embark upon research according to his own inclination. Okay, so operations research is an example of decision-oriented research, since it is a scientific method of providing executive departments with a quantitative basis for decision regarding operations under their control. So in order for an organization to effectively, okay, work well, they'll need to, have correct information. That information can only be obtained through valid research. Okay, so in order for these managers to, to set up or to come up with, in order for all these people to come up with, all these decisions, in order for them maybe to, to admit some money, into this particular project, what they'll need at the end of the day is, valid information, which is stemmed from, valid research. Okay, so decision-oriented research basically focuses on decisions that will be made by different people in different departments, in different companies, based on a particular research that is carried out. So what is needed there for these people to come up with better decisions for their companies is valid research and valid information. The other one is conceptual research. This one is related to some abstract idea or theory. It is generally used by philosophers and thinkers to develop new concepts or to interpret existing ones. So conceptual research stems from concepts. Philosophers believe in concepts. Yes, there's a mathematical aspect, but for them, they love breaking down concepts and make sense out of those. So conceptual research basically involves a researcher, okay, who is only going to come up with a conceptual framework, okay, that they're going to set in order for them to expound, to propound, or to analyze existing knowledge, okay? Okay, so then the other one is correlational study, okay? So the main emphasis in a correlational study is to discover, establish the existence of a relationship association, the dependence between two or more aspects of a situation, okay? For example, what is the impact of an advertising campaign on a sale of a product? What is the relationship between stressful living and, incidence of a heart attack? So correlational studies, in simple terms, you need to correlate ideas, okay? Okay, when you go in the field, when you're writing a paper, okay, how is this related to this one? Okay, are these codependent? Are these correlated? For example, look at stress and heart problems. Okay, most people say that most people that are stressed, okay, will end up having heart problems. Okay, so you as a researcher will go down in the field, formulate the necessary questions, and try to find out the relationship between someone who's stressed, okay, and the possibility of them having a heart attack. Okay, so that is a correlational study. Then explanatory research attempts to clarify why and how there is a relationship between two aspects of a situation or phenomenon. Okay, so you're just explaining. Then the narrative research is a design of inquiry from the humanities in which the researcher studies the lives of individuals and asks one or more individuals to provide stories about their lives. So narrative study, you're basically narrating, okay? You're basically narrating what you have discovered from the field, okay? This will include maybe stories that were given by different people in the field, those that you are interviewing when collecting data and other things. So narrative research basically looks at, you, a researcher, narrating what you discovered from the field. Then phenomenology research is a design of inquiry coming from philosophy and psychology, in which the researcher describes the lived experiences of individuals about a phenomenon as described by participants. This one is straightforward. Then fundamental research, which is mainly concerned with generalizations and with the formulation of a theory. Okay, gathering knowledge for knowledge's sake is termed pure or basic research. Research concerning some natural phenomenon or relating to pure mathematics are examples of fundamental research. Okay, so this one is basically looking at you generalizing you using some generalizations in the formulation of a theory. Of course, the end goal of you conducting a research is one, to add to the already existing knowledge. Then secondly, to challenge existing theories, okay, based on a particular topic or a particular title that you choose for your research, okay? So it is not enough for you to just, do a pante research where you just do this and that, this and that, this and that. At the end of the day, you need to come up with something that is going to challenge what is already there. And that is what research is all about. You're researching to challenge the findings that this other person brought about. For example, if I conduct a research today and say, you know what, I actually discovered that in Zambia, we only have 1 million people who are living with HIV and AIDS, okay? And then I'll be like, is it possible? We are nearing 19 million now. Is it possible that out of the whole population of Zambia, you can only have 1 million people living with HIV and AIDS? Let me do a thorough study. Then after employing some other, research methods and everything, then you come to discover that actually you have 10 million people living with HIV and AIDS. Okay, so at the end of the day, what you're doing is that you are creating your own strip of theory, but at the end of the day, you are also challenging already existing knowledge. Okay. Then the other one is analytical research. So in this one, the researcher uses facts. Okay.
Escalate unless your enemy forces you to.
Mr. Maluk, to kindly switch to audio and mute your microphone.
Have any of you morphed before? Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's step into the footprint, please. Right. Standing in this circle as a team,
All right.
you can easily connect to the.
So in analytical research, we're mentioning that the researcher has to use facts or information that is already available. Okay, so you as a researcher will need to be very analytical, okay, in the way you do things. Don't just accept, theories and concepts as they are presented. Leighton, kindly mute your microphone.
Our Rangers were a legion of warriors.
Just a minute.
Okay.
Those warriors.
Okay, so you as a researcher should not just accept everything that is presented to you, okay? But you need to look at it with an analytical eye. Be able to analyze every statement, every concept, every theory that is presented before you, okay? When you're writing a paper, there's a section we call the literature review. This is a section which is comprised of both the theoretical and the empirical evidence, okay, that is presented. Now, what you're presenting there are theories, okay, that are based on a particular subject that you are looking at. Okay, so different scholars, different researchers maybe have written a lot about that particular subject. What you are doing as a researcher is analyzing those theories and analyzing those concepts. After doing that, then you add up your own knowledge out of your own findings. Okay, so what you need to do and what you need to employ is you being critical and you being analytical in your line of research. Okay, so you have one-time research or longitudinal research. Okay, you have field setting research or laboratory research. Then you also have historical research. These you can still study in your own time. Okay. Yeah. So maybe historical research is that which utilizes historical sources like documents and remains the study of events in the past. You discover that people like those that are in the field of archaeology, okay, mostly they use this kind, because for them they'll go and dig up stuff, you know, just to carbon date it and write papers, you know, come up with something, discover something, and just improve on that. Okay, so those are the basic types of research. Okay, so we'll straight delve into writing a research proposal. How do you write a research proposal? How to write a research proposal? Okay, so in our everyday life and as a student, one day you write a research proposal, either for your final year or for any kind of research that you want to propose. Okay, and kind of research that you want to write. You cannot just write a research paper straight without you showing your intention to writing. So the first thing that you do is that you show your intention. How do you do this? It is through a research proposal. No wonder why we're calling it a proposal. Okay, research on its own, a proposal on its own. So now, what is a research proposal? So a research proposal is basically a statement of intent, okay? What do I mean? A statement of intent is a statement of intention, okay? You're actually proposing to do a research study. So what you're doing when writing a research proposal is that, you know, you're just proposing to do a research study based on a particular topic, you know, or a particular title that you have chosen for yourself. So when you're writing a research proposal, you're also declaring your intentions with your ideas, okay? So you are showing us, okay, firstly, your intention to do research, and then secondly, you are intending to show us, you know, your ideas for this particular study, okay? So you're declaring your intention and you're also showing us your ideas. Then you're also showing us your motivation, okay? In you proposing that particular research title, okay, you're showing us what really motivates you, okay? So we have numerous types of research proposals, okay? So some of them are a thesis, which is a master's degree, which this one is the one that you do when you're doing a master's degree, of course, a thesis, I beg your pardon. This one answers a research problem or question based on existing knowledge. So either bachelor's or master's, when you come up with this research proposal called a thesis, you're only answering to a research problem, okay, based on existing knowledge. Okay, then the dissertation or doctorate degree, this one creates significant new contribution to knowledge. For you to be given that doctorate, they should surely see that actually what this guy is doing or what this lady has brought to the table is significantly contributing to new knowledge. Okay, you are contributing to already existing knowledge. Yeah, then the other one is a funding grant, okay, which is just a research project. Okay, so key things to note, okay, when you're writing a research proposal. Firstly, how do you define a topic? And this is what most people, you know, don't really know how to go about, and most people don't know more about this. Okay, what is a research topic? How do I define a topic? How do I come up with a topic? Do I just dream about it? Okay, so the process should start by identifying a general area of research and then developing a focused research question to be answered. Okay, so what you are doing in defining a topic is that firstly, you're going to start by identifying a general area of research. Okay, first sit down and try to analyze yourself. What am I mostly interested in? Okay, when I want to do this particular research. Okay, what am I moved by? Okay, so I'm going to identify a general area of research. Maybe let me say I'm going to go with human resource. Okay, I want to write something in human resource. So that is a general area. And then when you look at human resource, you're going to analyze everything that happens in human resource. And then at the end of the day, you are going to pick something that is going to stand out. Okay, a specific and focused research question that you need to answer in the field of human resource. So then you need to ask yourself a few questions when defining a topic. Firstly, is your topic related to real life? When you're selecting a topic, make sure that any topic that you choose is related to a real life situation. Secondly, is your topic related to a societal problem? Society today faces numerous problems, okay? So at the end of the day, any topic that you select should be a societal problem, something that is affecting the people on the ground, something that is affecting people in the society, okay? Then, is the topic going to be useful, interesting? Your writing and selecting that topic should not only be of benefit to you, but at the end of the day, the goal should be the research topic being useful and also being interesting to the readers of that particular paper that you're going to write. Okay, then your topic should also be focused, and it has to be specific. Okay, be focused on one thing, and it has to be specific. Specify what you are looking for, specify what you want to talk about. Okay, then the other question that probably can ask yourself is, can your idea fill a gap in research? Okay, can that idea bring it to the table through that that research topic that you're proposing? Can it fill a gap in research? Yes, there are a lot of gaps, but is it filling any gap in research? Okay, so will this study generate new knowledge? Okay, so in your intention to carry out this particular research, in your intention to define a particular topic, okay, is this topic, after you employ it, you put in the research methodologies, is it going to generate new knowledge? Okay, would the study be of benefit, advance understanding and influence policies? When you carry out a research, at the end of the day, in order for this research and in order for you to be satisfied, it has to be firstly of benefit. Secondly, it has to advance understanding in the lives of those people that are going to read through your work. And it has to influence the policies, okay, that are set by policymakers, okay? Now, we have certain golden rules that we follow in research. Firstly, you should be passionate about the topic. Don't just choose something because everyone is looking at ICT, everyone is looking at IT, everyone is looking at development, everyone is looking at this and that. You should choose something that you're passionate about, because when you're passionate about something, it is going to, just put you there. It is going to give you the motivation to, to be up there and do this particular research with all your heart, your soul, and your mind. Okay? Then you also need to discover that your topic can lead to great discovery. Okay? Do not look at your research topic as something small. Okay? Who knows? Your research topic can actually lead to something great. Okay? So apart from you being passionate about this particular research topic, you should also bear in mind that this research topic can actually lead to great discovery. Okay? Then your topic should also be, should give us some attention, and it has to be grabby and catchy. Okay? when someone reads your topic, okay, let it catch their attention, okay? Just by me reading your topic, I should be able to be so much interested in reading your content in that particular paper. Let it not be boring, okay? Yeah. Then aims and objectives have to be well formulated. Okay, these are the golden rules that we follow. Your aims and your objectives are the anchor of your research paper. Okay, after reading your topic, I would also love to see, okay, what is the aim of this paper? Okay, and what are some of the objectives that have been set in this paper? No wonder why I'm emphasizing that. These things, your research topic has to be well formulated. The aims, the objectives, all these have to be well formulated in order for you to successfully write a good research proposal. Now, what are the contents of a research proposal? So firstly, you have your title. Okay, then secondly, you have your abstract. Then third, the problem statement. Fourth, aims and objectives. You state them, well formulated. Fifth, the significance of the study. Sixth, literature review. Seventh, methodologies. Eighth, expected results. Ninth, project outline. 10th, budget. Okay, I'm remaining 10 minutes. So firstly, you of course have talked about the title, but the title should be specific and accurate. It shouldn't be too long. It has to be catchy. It has to be catchy. It has to contain the main idea, and it has to start with action verbs. For example, your title can start with maybe the impact of something, developing something, assessment of, development of, comparison of, simulation of. Okay. Then a title and introduction. So then from there, we'll go to the abstract, okay? So your abstract should not be too long. The maximum of abstract should be 200, 250 words. So in order for you to write a successful abstract in the research proposal, it has to approach a few subjects. The research problem, firstly, the aim and the objective, the methodology, the expected results, the audience, plus the impact, okay? So what am I talking about? Firstly, you bring out your title, which has to be catchy, okay? And it has to be inclusive. Secondly, after your title, you now need to give us your abstract. What is an abstract? An abstract is basically a summary of your whole work, okay? In the abstract, you are trying to explain to us and you're trying to present a little bit about your research problem. You're also explaining a bit about the aim and the objective of your research. You're also explaining the methodology. You're also trying to bring out the expected results from that particular research that you're doing, okay? Remember, this is a research proposal, okay? So all these, the research, going the field has not yet been done. You're just proposing. You're just giving us your intentions, okay? So no wonder why you're only going to bring out your expected results from the field. Okay, and then lastly, also have to include the impact that this particular research is going to lay on the people in society. Okay, so that is about your abstract. After the abstract, that is when now you bring out the introduction. Okay, what should be contained in your introduction? The introduction, basically in a research proposal, should contain, okay, the explanation, the clear explanation of your research topic, the title. If maybe you're talking about the re-entry policy in Zambia, it has to be clearly explained in your introduction. Bring out a little bit of some history about the re-entry policy. How did it start? Okay? What has been its impact in Zambia? That is in the introduction. So basically, in a research proposal, the introduction should only include a clear explanation of your title, okay? The problem statement. So an effective problem formulation involves the following. Firstly, you need to define the problem. The scope of the problem should be identified. You need to justify the problem, the feasibility of the problem, and originating of the problem, okay? So the problem statement basically, I can explain it in a very, very simple way. In order for you to write a successful research paper or a successful research proposal, there should always be a problem that you have found in society. For example, let's talk about street vending. You say, you know what, I think one of the problems we're facing in Zambia today is there is a maximum in street vending. That is a problem. How is it affecting business in Lusaka? Okay, how is it affecting maybe hygiene in Lusaka or in Zambia, so to say? That is a problem that you have identified in Lusaka, street vending. Okay, so in order for you to clearly bring out that problem, firstly, you need to define what street vending is. What is the scope of street vending? Justify what street vending is. What is the feasibility of street vending as a problem? Okay, where did it originate from? Okay, when you state that problem, remember it has to be clear and it shouldn't be ambiguous. It has to be logical and it has to be systematic. Okay, because at the end of the day, me as a reader, I'll be so much interested in looking at your title. I'll also be interested in looking at your problem statement. Okay, what is the problem that this particular researcher is trying to tackle in this paper? Okay, so this is very cardinal to your research proposal. Okay, aims and objectives. Remember that aims and objectives are different. Most people confuse these two. They think aims are objectives and objectives are aims, which isn't true. Okay, so aims are aims. Okay, an aim is like a bullet. Okay, let us say it's like a bullet. So when you aim well, you will hit your target cleanly. So remember that your aim of study should be done simply and directly and has to explain how your research is going to benefit the world. For example, examples of aims: lower the dependence of fossil energy. That is an aim in a research paper. To increase the quality of the built environment. That is an aim in a research paper. So your aim should be as clear as possible. What is your aim? Okay, what are you trying to achieve in this paper? Okay, then objectives are more specific to your study. Okay, these correspond to what you would try to produce or generate. Okay, examples of objectives. Okay, analysis of something, assessing, comparing, establishing, evaluating, finding out. It is the same. You're also using proverbial words, verbs. Okay, finding out, evaluating. You want to find out about something. You want to evaluate. You want to establish. Okay, let me just give you a quick example. For the session is over. A quick example of aims and objectives. Okay, so this is a clear example. So the project is aiming at improving building energy labeling schemes, which combines the advantage of the normative prediction and the actual monitoring basis. This is an aim for this particular research. But what are the objectives that follow to this aim? Okay, one, create a framework for further investigation of building energy labeling. So these are objectives that are set. This is an aim. Okay, the aim has to be clear. And this aim should be the one that should be a pinpointed to your objectives. When I read your aim, I should have a brief idea or some idea about your objectives that are going to set in this particular study. Remember, objectives are cardinal and these are at the center of your research. Because at the end of the day, when you go in the field, whatever data you're going to bring out from the field, it has to answer to these objectives. Because at the end of the day, as a reader, and maybe as your marker, I'll look at this and say, okay, you know what? These are the objectives that this guy set in his paper, okay? But let me look at the findings. Are they correlating with what has been found in the field? So your objectives have to answer to your research findings, okay? Then, lastly, your objectives, whatever you do has to be SMART. This is one of the adrogies that we follow in research. It has to be SMART. What does SMART stand for? S, specific. You have to be detailed, pointed, and not vague. Your objectives have to be detailed, okay? Remember, they have to be pointed and they should not be vague. Secondly, they have to be measurable. You can track its progress and see how close you are to your aim, okay? At the end of the day, remember that whatever that you're doing, the objectives that you're setting have to be measurable. You should be able to track the progress of this work even when you go in the field. They have to be attainable. Okay, your aim should be achievable. Don't bring up something that at the end of the day you start, then you stop in the middle because it is leading to a dead end. Okay, so it has to be attainable. You have to be realistic. Okay, you need to calculate the time and effort to achieve your aim. Okay, be able to plan well in order for you to, to achieve your aim in this particular research. Then it has to be time bound. You need to set deadlines. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You say, okay, this research, maybe I'll do it in 3 months' time, I'll do it in 4 months' time. You need to set that. So remember, you have to be smart. You need to set smart objectives. Your objectives have to be specific, they have to be measurable, they have to be attainable, they have to be realistic, they have to be time bound. All right, guys, that is all I had for you today. I hope you learned something, hope you grasped something about the types of research and how to write a research proposal. We'll surely continue our series tomorrow. We're going to finalize. So tomorrow,